Hi, I'm Sarah. Welcome to the Daily English Show. So yesterday I talked about Brotown and I found a glossary on their site for some words that they use in the show. These are some of the words on that list. Ow, a word or sound often used to end a sentence for emphasis. Fa, an expression of surprise or incredulity. Fafafine, a man who is like a woman. Sho, a congratulatory expression meaning good one or well done. Pash, slang term for French kissing. I like the word pash. I'm not sure if it's New Zealand English or not. Snog's also a good word. And remember, words like ow are not standard New Zealand English, so don't go using them in your university essays or something. I read some of the comments on the Internet Movie Database too about Brotown, and somebody commented that they thought it was racist. But I don't think it is. I think it's mocking racial stereotypes rather than the actual races themselves. And I think they do a pretty good job of mocking all the stereotypes fairly equally. For example, my ethnicity. I'm Pākehā, which basically means white New Zealander. And if you know anything about New Zealand history, you'll know that British people went to New Zealand, they had some fights with Māori, and then they signed a treaty in 1840 to make things equal. And the British government said that they would only buy land fairly, and then they just stole it. So in one episode, a woman tries to teach her nephew how to say, bloody thieving colonialists. Kia ora, in Stick News today, Junichiro Koizumi is no longer the Prime Minister of Japan. 2 days ago, a new Prime Minister was elected. His name is Shinzo Abe.
Shinzo Abe is 52. He's Japan's youngest post-World War II Prime Minister and the firstborn after the war. Abe was born in Nagato. He studied at Seikei University in Japan, then at the University of Southern California in the United States. He then worked at Kobe Steel for a few years before getting into politics. He was no stranger to politics. His father and grandfather were both politicians, and his mother's father and uncle were both prime ministers. It doesn't sound like China and Korea are going to be too happy about Abe's appointment. On his official website, he denies that Japanese troops used military sexual slaves during World War II. His wife, Akie, is a fan of Korean pop culture, particularly the actor Bae Yeon-jun. Her father is the president of the sweet company Morinaga, and she has worked in advertising and radio.
Abe also wants to change Article 9 of the Japanese Constitution. Article 9 is the chapter which is supposed to prevent Japan from attacking other countries. And that was Stick News for Thursday, the 28th of September. Kia ora. Is Brotown easy to understand? How about the plot? Why is that? What kind of current events? Why would they send a taxi? There are some New Zealand English words that you might not understand at first, like kumara, marae, hui. The basic storylines are pretty simple, but some of the finer points might be harder to understand. There are a lot of cultural references that you probably wouldn't understand if you don't know much about New Zealand, and there are also references to current events. In one episode in season 2, they find a baby and then they call the police, and the police say, call back if you find a baby of another ethnicity and we'll send a taxi. And that's referring to something that happened a couple of years ago. A woman was in trouble and she called the police, and then they had a police car available, but they sent a taxi instead for some reason, and it went to the wrong address, and then she disappeared.
What's this? It's a sober driver hero. What's this? It's a sad, rejected Pluto. What's this? It's a mikoshi. What's this? It's a moai from Rapa Nui. What's this? It's Arakawa Shizuka.
And that was the Daily English Show. Morningside for life.